Welcome to Mr. Gossip. I am Sarah, your ultimate destination for Young and the Restless drama. The Young and the Restless week of May 18th update. Jack plays with fire, Nick's intervention, New York shockers. May 18th to 22nd indicate that Jack Abbott Peter Bergman could make a big mistake while Nick Newman Joshua Morrow is forced to truly face his drug addiction. Some unexpected moments are coming up in New York as well. So let's talk about what viewers can look forward to. At the coffee house, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, will try to convince Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, to hand over Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, since he's too dangerous to be dealing with on her own. Matt is actually pretty docile at the moment, since he's so confused about his life. It won't be long until Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, steals Matt's new BFF spot from Phyllis and takes charge of the situation. Phyllis will hope Nick can get through to Christine Blair, Roma Lottie, Laura Lee Bell when it comes to dropping the charges against her, but he'll run into some obstacles since Christine will figure out what Phyllis's angle is. Nevertheless, it seems Matt will wind up a hostage in his suite at the GCAC later. Patty will apparently play rescuer and get Matt out of his restraints in the end. While Patty's bond with Matt deepens, her planned partnership with Jack may fall apart due to his reunion with Diane Jenkins, Abbott, Susan Walters. Jack's about to switch his opinion on this Patty alliance and make a decision that could have dreadful consequences. Patty may see that Jack's never going to be loyal to her and start to view Matt as a better match. If Patty's feelings for Jack evaporate, that could put him in danger along with his family. As for the Newmans, they'll work to stop Nick from going even further off the rails with all his drug use. Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, will launch a confrontation with Nick over his pill popping before Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott come together for Nick as well. Nikki and Victor can barely stand to be in the same room with each other lately, but they'll put their friction aside to support Nick. Other Y&R spoilers say Devin Winters, Brighton James, may finally be ready to try accepting what he can't change when it comes to Mariah Copeland's, Cameron Grimes, punishment. Devin would have much rather watched Mariah pay in prison, but her plea deal wasn't overturned. Now it's time for Devin to focus on the fact that Mariah is still locked up, and most importantly, she's getting the professional help she needs at her facility. Mariah may admit she's hoping Devin can forgive her someday, so he may acknowledge that's a possibility once they have an honest conversation. Devin is still hurt and angry over Mariah kidnapping Dominic Winters, Ethan Ray Clark, but this visit could be the first step toward healing. In New York, Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, and Dr. Stephanie Simmons, Vivica A. Fox, will drink champagne as they celebrate Malcolm Winters, Shamar Moore, procedure going well. Holden and Claire Newman's Haley Aaron time together will also come with some surprises. So we'll see if that involves some erupting passion or maybe even the LA confession he previously hinted about. The Young and the Restless Joshua Morrow says NO to Nick and Sienna romance for this valid reason. The slowest of slow burns when it comes to Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman's Sharon Case potential romantic reunion. There was a time when it seemed like things were shifting for Sharon and Nick to get back together, but Y&R keeps finding ways to stall their attempt at a happy ending. Between all the Matt Clark, Roger Howarth chaos, and Nick's drug addiction, it hasn't left much time for romance. Sharon has also been dealing with Mariah Copeland's Cameron Grimes mental health drama, so any reignited sparks with Nick haven't really been on her mind. Since nothing is happening in terms of Nick and Sharon's new romantic chapter, many viewers are wondering what the future holds. There's been online speculation that Nick might end up with Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, since there's no denying that a father-son love triangle would be juicy. However, Joshua Morrow did his best to squash any hints about that in a recent live chat with Michael Fairman. When the topic of Nick and Sienna's potential romance came up, Morrow insisted he can't fathom the idea of Nick messing around with his own son's girlfriend. I just don't see that ever happening, Morrow said firmly. Since Nick values being a dad above all else, Morrow doesn't feel like his character would cross this line. If Nick helped Sienna cheat on Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, or even landed in bed with her after they broke up, it'd be a huge betrayal. Morrow acknowledged that the situation might be different if Nick and Sienna met under different circumstances, but he just can't envision a world where Nick would venture into that territory and hurt Noah. Of course, sometimes characters do unexpected things, whether their portrayers see them happening or not. Time will tell what might go down between Sienna and Nick, but Joshua Morrow certainly doesn't think they're going to become a romantic duo. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick needs to focus on his recovery anyway, so let's hope for good news once he gets the rehab he so desperately needs. Young and the Restless sneak peek photos, May 18th. Phyllis hunts for Matt, gets unwanted advice from Sharon instead. Phyllis races to track down Matt before her deal with Victor falls apart, but Sharon has opinions, and Matt's latest move could create even more trouble. Phyllis has lost track of Matt Clark, and she needs him to make her deal with Victor. In the sneak peek photos for the Monday, May 18th episode of The Young and the Restless, Phyllis stops at Crimson Lights, where she gets unsolicited advice from Sharon. During the Friday, May 15th episode of YNR, Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, of course, lost track of Matt, Roger Howarth. He kept telling her that he felt cooped up in the hotel room, and that Genoa City held the clue to who he was. So he up and left. On Monday, Phyllis must be in scramble mode, trying to find Matt and salvage the deal that could save her from prison. In the photos above, Phyllis stops at Crimson Lights and walks right into a conversation with Sharon Case. According to the weekly teasers, Sharon gives Phyllis unsolicited advice. Probably sounds a lot like Take the Deal and give the Newmans their company back. Phyllis and a spiraling Nick, Joshua Morrow, talk. He wants to go around his dad's deal and strike his own with Phyllis. He tells her to hand Matt over to him, and he'll make sure Christine, Laura Lee Bell, drops the charges against her. Of course, Matt is gone, and that throws a wrench into all of Phyllis's plans. Chelsea Melissa Claire Egan and Adam Mark Grossman are set to strategize against a rival. Adam's probably happy the two are focusing on how to deal with said rival instead of harping on his spider alter ego and, more importantly, his connection with Riza Tina Kashani. Finally, Phyllis bought Matt some preppy threads to wear, and he's added a hat to his outfit. Matt will have to count on the hat doing a good enough job to keep him from being recognized by the enemies he can't remember. The photos above show him at Chancellor Park Cafe with Patty. The Young and the Restless preview week of May 18th. Danny's missing, Devin sees Mariah, Phyllis blindsides Michael. Promo for the week of May 18th to 22nd has been released. Fans can expect to see Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, missing in action, while Devin Hamilton Winters, Brighton James, goes to see Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes. Plus, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, blindsides Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc. Find out more about next week's drama below. Preview for the week of May 18th opens with a clip of Devin visiting Mariah at the mental health facility she's staying at. The woman looks stunned. Is this a legal document or a restraining order he gives Mariah, or has Dominic Chancellor Winters, Ethan Ray Clark, possibly made? Across town, Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, is at the GCAC with his stepmom, Christine Romalotti, Laura Lee Bell. This is exactly what Jack has planned, which seems to be working in his favor, as he gathered some interesting intel from Patty just the other day at Society.